And hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hairyman Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. I'm so glad you could be here. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. We're gonna have a great show tonight. We've got Henry May here. I've also got Brent, of course. I have to, but let me check out the chat first. I want to get that done because I just have to. John Ayers, first in the house tonight. Thank you for the Mother's Day wishes. And Sandra Piper, Sharon, thank you for being here. Cindy Finn, Kevin Harder's in the house. Robert, good to see you. What does he say? Okay. Angel, good to see you. Batmom, Jen. Oh gosh, you guys are all Sandra. Did I say Sandra? Val. It's so good to see you. There's Jay popping in at the end there. Hope you have your chocolate shake ready. It's gonna be a good one. So let me bring on my first guest, of course. Hey, Brent, how are you?
Doing good. That chocolate shake sounds really good, actually, right about now.
I know I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm like, oh God, maybe I should.
Why did she say that?
Before we started, anyway.
No.
Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. You're gonna have a good take on some of the stuff we're gonna talk about today. So
I think so.
Glad you came. So without further ado, let me bring up Mr. Henry May. Hello, Henry. How are you?
There he is.
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm good. It's been a while since we've hung out. We used to hang out a lot. Yeah. How long ago was that? Was that like 10 years ago? Has it been that long? It's been a while. I think it was like, I don't know.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I was afraid to really go check on the dates that we used to do all our little podcasts. And back then, they were on Hangouts. Okay, it was on Google Plus Hangout thing.
Oh wow! Now you're dating it.
Yeah.
Is that when you guys had a MySpace account too?
Not that old. It wasn't that old. Jeez. But I think you kind of froze up there a little bit, Henry. You'll probably come back. So before we go to, let me do this first. Do this, and then we're going to do this. This is the way we want to be. I wanted to do a little happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Thank you for being here today. And probably some of you are out on your Mother's Day dinners, but I really hope you all had a great day. You were pampered. Hope none of you had to clean any bathrooms today or do the laundry. But I have a little something to play that is kind of just to share my mother being a mother. So I hope you all enjoy it, and then we'll come right back and get ready to hit the show.
The weather will get colder, that it can't always be spring. And when I pushed you in a stroller, you were looking up, singing life like a church hymn. You are gonna find your place, child. Of that much I know, I'm sure. Keep on laughing at the rain, I guess. Isn't that the place to start? Someday you will be stronger than you are now, but you will not know everything. when the water's spilling over the bow, you'll still have me in the wings. You gotta get up to get down, kid.
So happy Mother's Day, everybody. I hope you all had a great one.
That was a really nice video.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Nikki.
Thank you.
Yes.
A fun
You're
fact, Henry and I have the same birthday.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, everything.
Yes, we do.
Or is it, or is your birthday at the end of the month? Now I got myself confused. When's your birthday?
Well,
Uh-oh. I lost Henry.
If he keeps freezing up, he might turn off his video, and that will save the bandwidth.
Oh, okay.
And
Did you
his
hear
audio
that, Henry?
his audio will stream a lot better if he turns off his video. I can
Henry?
I can sign language it to him.
Hello. Hello. What do I do? Do I bump him off and have him try to come back?
Yeah, it's a good question. Good question. Anyways,
Henry.
yeah. I've known of Henry ever since I got into the subject. I think
Right.
his YouTube channel, still subscribe, still watch it and stuff, and goes over the the weekly stuff of the happenings in the Bigfoot world and what's going on, and good chill perspective. And yeah, he's been in it for a while.
But yeah, for a really long time. So God, I don't want to move on with the show without him here because I
No, we'll just
dedicated
wait
the
till
front.
yeah, we'll just keep it going till
yeah.
he reconnects.
He let me check out. So yeah, he has been around and been involved in all kinds of different oh, see now he popping back in. There we go. Hello.
Has a connection problem. Sorry.
Yeah. So what Brent suggested, if you're having connection issues, is to turn off your video, and then that will give you enough bandwidth to stay on and talk with us. So we just won't see your picture, but you'll be there. Kind of like if you just take your camera off. There you go. Okay, now let's see if that helps, okay?
Yeah, hopefully it'll smooth itself out there.
Okay. Yeah, he sounds better. So back in the day, this was the only photo I could find because everything's kind of like just been erased since then. But we used to do Finding Bigfoot after show with Shane Bradbury, and he also used to have another show that was called Real or Not Real. So we used to get videos from all the different kind of like what I do, and we would say, well, what do you think? By the end of looking at these photos or videos, we would each of us would vote. Would you say real or not real? So that was one of my first times getting involved online, doing, podcasts and stuff like that. But we had a lot of fun. I mean, there was times where you can see me, I'm all tiny down there at the bottom, but Henry would be hosting the show if Shane couldn't. And we had a lot of fun doing that. So
We did.
Drink service. Thank you. Give me one. The kids all came with food for me, but it's sitting over there. So what was that? Did you say something, Henry?
What?
I don't know. I'm barely hearing you.
Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. And Henry does have his own show. It's HBM's crypto crypto corner. Crypto corner. I always want to say something else. So HBM's crypto corner, and you can find him there. And he does a lot of reviews or talking about things that have come up in the community and gives his take on it. He's got a lot of followers, and he does really great. He has done a lot of meeting people. He goes to conferences, and I only picked a couple of pictures of, folks he has met up with and helped out, and Abe Del Rio, and I see Tracy Arnold down there. There's
Yeah.
Bobo. Yeah. So what did you go to any of the conference? Did you go to this last one in Ohio this year?
Mostly Ohio, yeah.
Yeah. But you went to the one this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't hear you.
Get to go.
Oh, okay.
I said I couldn't get to go.
Oh, you didn't get to go. Okay. Okay.
No.
What? Go ahead. Oh, dang it. We're going to have issues.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Henry, if you're listening, man, try restarting your computer, or you can use your phone, actually. Use your phone and just set it up on a tripod is what I do. So that's an option.
Okay. There he is. Oh, we're going to have issues. Yeah, yeah. It's just taking up a lot of, I don't know.
Do you have a phone or anything to use, or is it just an internet thing?
Must be just an internet thing.
Because you can also connect through your phone, and you'll probably get a better line in. But anyway, we'll just keep moving on. So tell me, Henry, what conferences have you been to lately?
Well, the last one I went to was last year's Ohio Bigfoot conference.
Yeah.
Oh
gosh.
Hey, Henry, I'd get your smartphone out and go into your messenger and click on the link with that and see how your phone will connect up to it. You can do that right now while you're still on the live feed with us. Might help out.
Well, the problem is my phone needs to be charged. It's not charging very well.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. Well, do you know Morse code or anything?
Well, you chime in when you can, and we'll just keep going, and you'll come in and out. That's fine. We'll just keep going. So have you I know you've met Meldrum because I found the picture on there. Have you seen him more than once, or have you had long talks with him?
I haven't had long talks with him, but I have met him several times at several different events.
And I know you and Abe Del Rio are good friends, right?
Do what?
You and Abe Del Rio are pretty good friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think out of all these people, I think I met Meldrum. Actually, ironically, the first time I met Meldrum, it was at the 2017 Squatch Fest here in Washington, and I went into the bathroom and using the urinal and stuff, and then in walks Meldrum on the urinal, like not right next to me, but the next one over. He has that courtesy of giving people space. But yeah, I was like, oh shoot, it's Jeff Meldrum.
You don't want
I waited.
to start up
I
a
waited.
conversation there.
Yeah, I finished up, washed my hands, and I ambushed him after he got out of the bathroom. So I give him some time.
Oh man. So now we had an idea because we had the movie night, right? Of us getting together and doing like playing a show and then us doing the voiceovers on that silent movie. Henry and I have actually done that before, and
Oh,
I
nice.
didn't find the actual, thing because everything's dropped off. But I found where Daniel had listed us, the cast, and it was like crazy because I couldn't even remember. It was an old Boris Karloff show that we did, and we each had our own parts to play. And I remember Henry was the sheriff, and I was Miss Clifford, and it's just hilarious. It didn't come out great, okay, but it was hilarious. Needless to say, it was pretty hilarious. But we had that idea a long time ago. We had tried to do that type of stuff, and now we're gonna, do the upgrade, and I'm doing the movie stuff. So
That
that's
sounds like a
gonna
lot of fun.
yeah.
Like
And
Mystery
this
Science
next
Theater
one,
3000.
I am going to have at least 2 or 3 other guests for this next one. I did 2 solo just to, testing out the system and stuff. But we did do this. Another thing that Henry does is he's a huge book guy, book and movie reviewer. And he also has a bunch of those on his channel there. What have you read lately, Henry?
Well, let's see. The most recent book I'm reading now is Ivan T. Sanderson's Abominable Snowman: Legend Come to Life, which is kind of the first book in hairy hominoids. It's pretty good.
That's an older one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite book that you got so far?
1961.
What's your favorite book?
It has to be John Green, Sasquatch Sleeps Among Us.
That's good. That's good.
The go-to.
Yeah. Definitely the go-to, right?
What about your favorite movie?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
Sorry.
Oh gosh, favorite Bigfoot movie I think is Exists.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
It's good.
I like that one.
I thought the Bigfoot's a little too scary looking, though. He was a little gnarly.
Pissed off. That's what he was.
little bit scary. Little bit.
And I wish they would make a movie that's more in line with what the Bigfoot phenomena is. Like the letters to the big guy, I think it was, is
right.
probably one of the closest ones. I mean, granted, Bigfoot comes out as a stalker in it,
Big
but
man, yeah,
yeah, there you go. But yeah, that was like you can tell like all the hidden Bigfoot symbolism in there and stuff. I liked it. It's cool.
Yeah.
The storyline was kind of not for me, I guess.
Okay, so the photos I have up right now, the PNG, there's Patty, but we've had a lot of stuff going on lately where MK Davis has done a lot of hoopla about this new image that has recently come up. So, showing more definition of the face, if you want to call it that. But there's a lot more to it than that. And that's what I wanted to talk about is what do you guys think of this new image that has been released? And do you think that it is realistic to what Patty looks like? Because this is the succession that has happened over the years, is that we have the original 67 frame 350 shot here, okay, on the left. And in the middle, you have the 1990s released, supposedly released by accident or leaked, is what was said.
Leaked, yeah.
Yeah, leaked photo of in a filtered, enhanced, and contrast manipulated photo, okay, from that original film that happened in 67. So that's what that middle photo is supposed to be. I always thought that was just somebody's creation, that somebody photoshopped it to the best of their ability to what they thought Patty looked like. But I don't know. I guess it's not. And this last one on the end, the 2023, is the AI upscaling image, okay, of that 1990s photo. So that does have programming in it that has altered that photo. Okay. And that was done by Todd Gatewood recently. MK Davis gave him the 1990s photo, and Gatewood was started to manipulate it to see what he could do with that photo. So the thing is Brent recently talked to Todd Gatewood, and that's what I want to know, what that conversation sounded like. You know, what did you talk about? Did he just run this through one program and that's what popped out? Or did he reveal what he actually did to get that photo?
Yeah, so I talked to him. He was a really nice guy. You know, whenever you have questions about something, nothing wrong with reaching out to the person and being like, hey, you know, got some questions about this. And as long as you're nice, don't accuse or whatever, it's always really good conversation. And so, yeah, pretty much, yeah, that is Patty right there, but it is digitally enhanced through CGI, through upscaling a process. So what upscaling is, you know, when you try to, I did a video about this like last year, the dangers of AI. And, you know, AI, the term AI is subjective too, because there's different forms of AI. This is a deep learning form of AI, meaning it needs to be taught what to, how to interpret and upscale and make the picture better looking. That's when each program has its own proprietary software, its own coding to best interpret what the pixel should be, because we're talking about pixels here. And so what it needs to do is create a new pixel of what it thinks the actual image, what that particular pixel should look like. And it does that through this algorithm that it's a proprietary algorithm. So that's how you can upscale it. And, you know, with that, you can learn how the whole process went, from like what the proprietary method was. So we know what was added. So we know how accurate this is to the original figure in the actual video. So he told me he used 12 to 15 different upscale programs, 12 to 15. So, and he only used the free trial on them. So he didn't have, you know, so we're talking about somebody who has a lot of computer experience. I think it's 40 years in computer technology experience. But, you know, so he tackled this. He's like, well, let me see what I can do and all this. And, you know, he gives me the mathematical formula of what, you know, the method that he's using. But the thing is, it's like, you can't guarantee that method is the same for the 12 to 14 different programs. And he says no AI was used in it, but even that is it's a whole rabbit hole going down, because yeah, it most likely was AI. It's just not the AI where you just feed it something and it's direct learning and stuff. This is more of a deep learning thing, and so that's what he did. So this is an original picture of Patty, but it has CGI, computer generated imagery on it. To what degree, I don't even know. The guy doesn't even know, because it's 12 to 14 different programs. So you don't know what alterations are. So this picture might look nice, but if you're going to want to accept this as evidence of what Patty most realistically looked like, you can't, because you don't know the algorithm used, the proprietary algorithm used to create this particular image. And again, if you go watch that video that I made last year about dangers of AI, it really talks about how the pixel peaking and stuff is really, pixel peaking is where you zoom into it. Because like with this right here, what I'm assuming it did is there's different ways to upscale. You have it where it will scan each pixel individually and figure out the algorithm of what that picture should look like. But you have the new deep learning AI, which I'm assuming what this is, because the first method that I mentioned, it's not very good when you zoom in. So when you pixel peak, you can't really, you start losing detail. It starts looking wonky. It starts looking bad.
Right.
So you have the new AI deep learning. What it does is it scans the entire picture, and then it uses its deep learning algorithm to better understand what the picture should be. But again, even that isn't a true representation. So it's quite a whole rabbit hole. But the whole thing is, MK should not be presenting this as Bigfoot evidence. He should be upfront and honest, be like, this isn't this is not Patty in real life. This is a computer generated imagery CGI version of Patty, and that's pretty much what this is. And so he's half right as far as it being a real image.
What do you think about that photo, Henry?
Well, I tend to agree with Brent. I think it's not a real representation of what Patty looks like. The one on the left is much more indicative. The one on the far left is much more indicative of what she actually looks like. It's the blurry image. You can't get much out of a blurry image.
Right. It's pretty much creating.
You just can't. Even one of MK's biggest things is you can't get a good print out of a bad film.
So when you're looking at this photo here, okay, there's so much that is not correct with it. Okay. From the nose the nostril has been completely squashed and moved half down. The lips are totally not correct. All of a sudden, now MK says there's teeth, okay, in the photo, but it's clearly pixelated matrixing going on with the mouth, because it's trying to create stuff. Every time it's run through a program, it's going to take any little point in that and it's going to try to make it into something else. But now you've got this horrible, something going on in the lip, and then there's this cheek that's square now. There's this whole blob. And if you just look at it, it's not the right shape anymore. The whole chin is off to the side. It's going into, I think, into a bad place. Now,
I do want to say about the eye. I specifically asked him about the eye because a lot of people thought they saw a reflection in the eye, which, you zoom in, it's like, yeah, maybe. So I specifically asked him, and he knows nothing about it. He did not put an image in there. I believe him when he says this, that what we're looking at in the eye is pareidolia. It's what the 12 to 14 different computer programs decided. The last one finally decided, this is what the eye is going to look like, because it's a complete mess. You can't use that many different softwares and present this as like anything other than a fictional representation of what Patty should look like. And not the best part, but be expected coming down the road here. There is going to be an enhancement like this for the actual Patty film. I think that they're digitally using upscaling technology for each frame of the Patty film and going to release it as one solid video. And so it's going to be, I wonder what that's going to look like.
Whoa. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be crazy, because these two photos, I don't feel are the same at all. They could, to me, it's made up. It's completely made up.
The base is there. The base is there. It's just computer generated imagery added onto it using various softwares that tries to interpret the image, which is really hard to interpret, is what
But
that
even
is.
in the film, you can tell kind of what the face looked like, right? The darkness on the bottom, complete darkness, and darkness from the top up. And that has been completely lost in these photos. You can still kind of see it in the 1990s released version, which is at least that one's a little bit, for me, is easier to believe than the last one that has been, gotten carried away to me. But even that middle photo, if you go back and if you want to look for any of MK's old videos of him doing this process, it jumps from one frame to the next. It jumps to this middle photo all of a sudden, because that's where he assumes that should go, and then, but it just doesn't seem right.
Well, so the 2023 allegedly comes from the film that was in the camera itself. So like the original copy, and that's why it's so good, is because he got his hand.
No, that 23 came from the 1990s one that was released.
Well, no, the 1990s copy. The 1990s copy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that's where it came from. So even this 1990s version is a rabbit hole of where it came from, because there's accusations of deliberate blurring of the actual photo itself for whatever reason. But that's just what goes along with the story. So I think that is Eric Bedford's photo that he took from the Patterson film, the original Patterson film. And this guy here got a hold of it and did all this enhancement. But again, I don't think that they really realized the enhancement isn't reality. It's not like it is on TV. Right. Enhance, and it just blows it up. Like, it's like, wow.
You end up with that version on the far left. It just gets blurred into each other,
Yeah. So it's just a misunderstanding of what that technology is and what it represents. And in my opinion, if you're looking at using the Patterson-Gimlin film as evidence, you should not use anything above the digital stabilization of the film itself, because anything past that, you don't know what type of proprietary algorithm used to create that image. It'd have to be really vetted out through peer review that the process used is what is going to be agreed upon, what the actual image in real life, or what the figure in real life would look like. That would be the only way anything above the digital stabilization of the film would be accepted, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Grasshopper does say, it's still artistic license and it's not real. It's still a created image because it passed through programs. So, and that's true.
Once, unless we have an all agreed upon verified program that we all know will upscale it to in the proper algorithm, which we don't, we can't accept anything past the digital stabilization.
Right.
So I don't know what MK is looking at promoting with this picture and this whole thing. And because yeah, you look at that, it looks nice, but it's just not real.
He is saying that 2023 photo is the end all to proving Bigfoot's real. He said that on his video, that nobody should not, this is it. That's the evidence that's needed to, prove that Bigfoot exists, is that photo right there. Nobody should go against it, because you can see the hair, because it brought out all those little hairs and the eyes and the teeth and all this different stuff. So you could go no further than just to look at that picture, and it's, proves that the PNG film is real.
It'd be really, really nice that we get to a point in this subject where we can actually, discuss these opinions with each other, because it'd be great to talk to MK Davis about his interpretation and his belief in this upscaled picture, and why it might not be what he thinks it is. And to have that type of, conversation with him would be amazing, but it just never happens. It won't happen. It's that forced evidence. Like, you believe this. If you don't believe it, you're the problem. So
Right.
that's unfortunate.
Does this make you believe in the PG film?
This picture?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't accept it as anything as other than what we talked about. Yeah, I'd say more the 1990s. Yeah. The original digital stabilization. But I've never been a fan of any sort of digital, even artistic enhancement used in Photoshop, where they trace on all that stuff. Because a lot of people thought that that's what this was an artistic interpretation of Patty.
That's
when
what
in
I
fact
thought,
it's kind of like that. It is a software artistically created. But
the fact is, we don't know. It could be anything, but we have to go off of the word of whoever put it out there. Oh, it's just it's just an enhancement. It's not, they didn't do anything to it, or
yeah, so if someone's going to present this as evidence, they really need to present like all the programs. So so you use 12 to 14 different programs. So what's all the programs? You got to go through all that and all this stuff. And he only signed up for all the training programs, the trial runs, which indicates he doesn't have much training in the software itself or the upscalability. So that there also indicates the evidence is not up to the viability that we need in science to, figure out if this is worthwhile of our time to include it as evidence. Because some people are out there believing like, wow, look at this. This is Patty. This is real. This is a true, what she looks like in real life.
That's my whole point, is that they're taking this as this is it. A lot of people who believe in MK Davis and his work and his enhancements, his work on, and we're going to get next to the massacre theory here a little bit, but that's the whole thing, is that he gets a whole group of people to believe in this, and then they spread the word, and then it's all over the place. And if anything, it has made me come down on my belief that Patty's real. I'm 50-50 now.
This just because of this new picture.
Yeah.
Well, this new picture shouldn't really affect your original belief in Patty, because this has zero to do with the actual true figure in real life. It's just a wonky interpretation that somebody did. So it shouldn't, change your opinion. It's just,
well, I already didn't believe in the film, so I already have many, many issues with the original version that we have. I don't like the face. I don't like the ass. I don't like the. But there's a lot of things I could point out about it that it doesn't seem real to me.
Yeah.
So,
but it is disappointing that an influencer like MK Davis is promoting this as fact, and that's why I made my video, and that's why I make videos like that, just to kind of make people aware. I don't expect it's going to like change the world as far as like, oh, everybody's going to stop believing in it. You just got to plant the seeds and let just give an
Right.
other voice of what is actually going on there.
And do you feel that, Henry, this is for you. Do you
Yes.
feel that MK is being fair or reasonable to put so much weight onto that photo?
I don't think you should put too much
Yeah.
weight on this photo, and I think it's unfortunate that MK is doing that.
Right.
Do you think he? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I have to rethink my
Do
question.
you think, Henry? Do you think he is backing this because he truly believes, or because he just, whatever reason, like with the massacre theory?
It's because of the massacre theory. Who knows? I can't read the guy's mind, so I don't know.
Well, the one thing is
Yeah.
that
Here we go.
he definitely alters photos. Okay, we can all agree with that.
Yes.
There's evidence of that. That
Well, he admits it.
yeah, and that
So it makes it
he
easy.
yeah. It doesn't take a whole lot to see that when he's adjusting his coloring, he's adjusting it and making it into those red hues. Also, where did I write it down? That the raw image filtered turned red brown. Okay, and he, what is it? I know I wrote it down exactly what. Okay, so you know how he was saying there was puddles of blood and the dog had a bloody footprint and his hands
hides.
were bloody and they were looking at stuff like that. Well, it's called red shifting is what it's called. And in older pictures, they have the two color dye layers that are cyan and yellow. Well, when those are taken out, it leaves magenta. Okay. And that enhances the red colors to come out in all the photos on these old photos. And that's what we're seeing. And this is really small here, but these are two different photos here showing the differences in the colors. Okay. Especially with the Jeep. Where's the Jeep photo? Like right here. One is John Green's copy and the others is MK Davis's. And in the background, you can really tell because of the truck in the back is kind of orangey colored, but it's red in MK Davis's. And it's just changing the way that film is and the way those pictures look.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well, one
really
of the
easy
main
to
problems.
Go ahead.
One of the main problems is he keeps saying this one guy on the right is Bob Tips. What has been proven is the pilot Keith Shazari.
Yeah.
He was the pilot that brought them down there.
Yep.
Because there was dispute
And
about the
never
actual
listened.
date.
He got out of this. He said, "Sure." Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, and they were down there for Blue Creek, correct?
Yes. The footprints that had been reported down there.
Mm-hmm. And that was because he wasn't there in the beginning. He came later, and they have the logbooks. And I know Thomas Steenberg says that he had found the log books for the flight that was for Blue Creek. So that was all confirmed. And we do know that Bobby Short and David Paulides, they all side on the side of MK Davis on this too.
Yep.
Not like David Paulides is much of a source or anything.
Curious says copying old films used incandescent bulbs to expose the copy. This leads to each generation getting more and more red over time.
Yeah, MK just switches a button and it turns it ultra red right instantly.
Kevin says the false color technique.
So yeah, when you alter video like that, it's not really considered evidence anymore because you altered it in ways that changes the original film. And so it should be rejected as evidence, not accepted and promoted as fact, to the point where Bob Gimlin gets death threats. Jeez.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah.
Playing the Australian Shepherd puppy, she is so awesome. White Lady there, wasn't the dog named White Lady?
Yeah, I think
yes.
So,
yeah. And there's okay, so in this picture you're supposed to be seeing skin or something on the side there, and
yeah,
there's a bloody pool.
They skinned them, I think it was, and their hides are there.
They skinned them. And for people who are out there and don't know what the massacre theory that MK Davis put forth was, it was this theory that a number of Bigfoot or Sasquatch were massacred on the day or the day before the Patterson Gimlin footage. Okay, so what you see in the P&G film is the lone survivor, Patty. Okay, that they had already killed her whole tribe, if you want to call it a tribe, and were burying them out there because the logging guys were out there and had hired, Gimlin and Patterson to go out there and exterminate them because they were causing problems for the logging people out there. So that's the massacre theory in just.
Yeah, and if you go to thomassteenberg.com, I believe, and I'm sure Nikki will link the links in the description below after this video. Thomas Steenberg did a really good write-up on this to really, step-by-step disprove it, and Steve Coles did, and I think in the coalition there's a lot. You just type in massacre theory and it will populate everything about it.
Yeah, a guy named the late Bill Miller did the greatest.
Oops. Say that again.
Miller did a great write-up about the massacre theories.
Oh, Bill Miller? I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
There's that stupid herniated muscle. Do you believe in the herniated muscle?
Bill Miller says that's just film artifacts.
It's just an artifact? Is that what you said?
Yeah. There's some things in the film are artifacts.
Yeah. That's the end part there. I don't know. I don't buy a lot of the stuff people do in regards to making them believe that the P&G was all even happened. I don't know why. I just think it's going to take more. I believe in Bigfoot, but I'm just not certain on this film,
Well, what about the story behind the film? That's what I really go to try to figure out if this film, I should believe it or not, is the story behind it. And it's a fascinating rabbit hole, like, holy crap. Right? Jesus, unbelievable rabbit hole, because there's so many nuances and characters involved. And it's like, wow, amazing. Right. So much different information everywhere spread out there. But, you look at the story and, the only one real concern I have is how quickly the film was developed, how quickly it was developed and shown at Al Yattley's house that following week in there, like literally within days. So I question that.
Yeah.
But
How about
I know
you, Henry? Oh, go ahead.
But I know Thomas found a place in Seattle that would be able to do it, and not saying that there's other underground places that would be like, oh yeah, I could do it, but there's no guarantee on it. So, there could be options out there, but yeah, that was the only real concern I
Yeah.
have.
And Henry, you're a believer of the PNG film, correct? Henry? I don't know. Might have lost him again.
And I know there's recent talk about baby. In fact, this guy that I was talking to about that picture, he was talking to me about it as far as you can see a baby involved in some of the footage that's not currently released, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard about
I
that
don't know.
too. I heard about that too. So I still think that somewhere down the line we might get more information about it. I just feel it. I feel like something's gonna come of it. Something's gonna come out. Do you believe that when Gimlin passes, that more information is gonna come out about it?
No, because Bob Gimlin's a man of integrity, and I don't think he wants to do anything to jeopardize his integrity after he passes away, his legacy. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's going to admit to anything. I don't think anything's going to change. I know there's stuff out there, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a massacre theory out there, so it doesn't matter that there's something out there. It just matters, the
Yeah.
people involved. And I met Bob a couple of times, and
Mm-hmm.
he's just a really, really good guy. And so I don't think he's hoaxing or anything like that. And I really don't think he's going to let anything come out about the whole thing being fake. So
Mm-hmm. That's good. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna move on, folks. Move on.
yeah, I know that's the most polarizing film ever, is that Patty film right
It
there.
is, and I haven't done a big thing on the PNG film just because everybody else has. So it's just I wanted to talk about that image, which is to me created image. So and that's what we've been talking about, AI, about a lot of that stuff.
It'd be a really good show is having Henry back on and Thomas Steenberg and Steven Stroiford come on and talk about all dynamics. Just let them talk about the PG film, because man, there is just so much to learn about it. Like literally so much to learn, and I like learning about the history of events and the subject in general, and so much to learn about it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's always going to be part of conversation because it's the number one thing that's really created the community. It's what holds everybody to their beliefs. I mean, you believe in it or you don't believe in it. Either way, you want to know more about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're at a standstill with getting any more information out of that film or learning anything more or any revelations coming out. I think we're done with it.
What? Hold on. Look at everyone else has 55 years, Nikki. What are you talking about? Is that herniated muscle thing? Is MK saying that's where she was shot, or am I getting that wrong? Well, there has been people saying that was a shot as well.
I think she's shot in the back too, is what he claims.
And there's all kinds of braids in her hair and all kinds of stuff going on. You could go on and on with all the different things he finds. He'll pick one little part out and then he'll focus in and change it up, and has a mohawk or has whatever. What else? What was the other thing she had in her hair?
Yeah. And the thing is, I think he truly believes what he says. He truly believes all
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff. And it's just
100%. So
yeah,
he's not a hoaxer. Okay, you can't call him a hoaxer. He's just believes in what he believes in, and he feels he's showing that evidence, even though it's not. It doesn't really,
yeah. And unfortunately, he has an audience to
Well,
listen.
Go ahead, Henry.
well, there's at least one person that says he's a hoaxer.
You?
Stroyford
What?
thinks he's a hoaxer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there may be other things I don't know about.
Yeah,
but,
same here.
So we'll just let that.
All I know is he's not a reliable source for anything Bigfoot related at this point. He did a great job with the digital stabilization. Appreciate that work. Loved it.
Yeah.
Past that, I don't know. Not much.
It's creating narratives, creating storylines. I mean, out of nothing, really, out of nothing.
But that's what this subject is all about. Is it gives people the freedom to come in and create these narratives, these storylines, and run with it. And some of them believe it, some don't, and it's just unfortunate. And the best thing we could do is just talk about it, so the information is spread around.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're never going to go away.
Mm-hmm. But so I'm just everybody in the chat. Thumbs up. You 100% PG. Patty's real. That's the photos that are coming out are 100%. Give me a thumbs up. If you still have doubts or still think that we're not anywhere any further than before with any of the new enhancements, stabilizations, all of that, give me a thumbs down. Let me see what you guys think in the chat.
And if you come across this type of AI enhanced photos of different ones even out there, you come across in a group or whatever, just ask them like, hey, what program did you use? And, just ask them questions about it. Be nice and stuff. And so we can all learn some more about it, because it's going to be an emerging field coming out going forward with pictures and videos that we all talked about. So
yeah, for sure. Well, let's move on, folks. It is time for
Show Me What You Got.
Jim, you heard them said, show me what you got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Here we go again. So this has just turned up, and everything I was finding happened to be trail cam stuff, and we're gonna go through those. So on the right, actually, the lighter version of this was supposedly a game camera from this guy out of where's my notes? Here it is. Out of North Carolina. And he's not a Bigfooter. He's not in the community. Doesn't have anything else in his pages or anything like that. So he posted that I saw this, and it looks like a Bigfoot.
Are they
of course
with this?
Well, they always are with the photos. The original is the one on the left that he posted on his private page. The one on the right is one that was he posted that was lightened. Okay. So so many wrong things to me. Number one, I see a hat. I see a jacket. I swear I see the, square in the front where the jacket goes right here. To me, it looks like his hand is in his pocket, and then he's got something in his other hand. He's holding on to something in there. I swear he's got pants on. So to me,
looks like,
just body, like a security guy or something, probably.
I think I have that same beanie too. But no, it looks like it's somebody out there trying to steal your catalytic converter or something, taking
That's
off a security
exactly, yes, that's
taking off a
exactly what
security
I
cam,
thought.
because you can see the picture, or the little light in back indicates an above light coming down. So I'm assuming it's someone's property. I'm guessing this was posted in someone's Facebook group, saying, because I get it all the time, people
Yeah.
posting pictures like this, and somebody's like, oh look, I can grain it out and blur out the details and
Right.
make it look Bigfootish.
So he probably hasn't enhanced any of it. He just posted it out there. But of course, people are now grabbing it and trying to say it's, he had a Bigfoot in his side yard or wherever this photo. That's the thing. On his private page, he says, what does he say? Security camera. Okay. But then later in a conversation underneath that photo, he says that he found this on a list Google account containing surveillance cam pics.
So has anybody done a reverse search on it?
So yeah, I did a reverse search on it. It doesn't come up with anything. And then I went to Google and just looked up surveillance cam pics to see maybe it would pop up, and I didn't get a hit there either. But I don't know. I only used the lightened version. I don't think I used the other one. So
Well, I don't know if it'd really pull up on the reverse search
Yeah.
because there's not a lot for it to go off of.
yeah, it's kind of dark. It's kind of dark.
But yeah, so
Ghost
the guy.
pictures came up when I did the other one. All kinds of ghosty
yeah.
pictures. Yeah.
Well, you can
So-
always tell what's up with the picture and stuff with their behavior afterwards, how they treat people, how they go about presenting or going, further on with the hoax and stuff with his pictures. So, has he said a bunch of stuff about it, or has he just said, "Yep, this is what
No,
it
he
is"?
just
That's it.
maintained that he got it off of his game camera, and it almost sounded like he doesn't live there anymore, and he was
course.
clearing out his pictures, and that was on there, something like to that effect.
Mhm.
But anyway, I think it's just a dude walking in the street, and he seen it and posted it to his friends, and then somebody grabbed it, and of course it gets shared over and over and again, and the story gets. So be on the lookout. It may turn up, and then they'll take this image and they'll mush it up a little bit, and before you know it, now you've got another image to worry about that's going to keep popping up.
But everybody double check your catalytic converter just to be on the safe side.
Just to be on the safe side. Yeah. It is a big dude though. For sure. It's a big dude. Okay. Now this photo is interesting. It's not a Bigfoot photo. It's just something I found when I was looking for that other photo. It was kind of frightening if you ran and saw that face down at the bottom. Okay, it's a gorilla. Okay, folks, this is just a gorilla photo from Nigeria. And I'll tell you more about this because I found it fascinating. I ended up taking a deep dive, a detour, but kind of scary looking, looking at that face. He's people are going to take that face and make it into a Bigfoot. I know it. Okay. This is actually, I wrote it here so I wouldn't have to read that small. It's the world's rarest gorilla. Okay. Caught on game cams. It's called the Cross River Gorillas. And they, set out to, save their species. Before 2012, they were almost decimated because they were killed off, and they set in to preserve them and save them. And now they're seeing a bunch of babies. Like on the first photos, all those they found baby a bunch of babies.
I have a question about that photo right here. So did the gorilla see the actual trail cam, and I'm guessing went after it?
That's what the assumption is, but I mean, I don't know. It looks
Wonder
like it to me that it flashed.
Yeah,
Had to
like
have flashed them.
like the trail cam's thinking, "Oh shit."
That I think they were probably walking towards it. It flashed and he went, ah. It got that photo, but
Yeah,
he
interesting.
had the nursery with him with all the babies, so, or her, whoever, if that's a girl, I don't know. And then you can see them swing around, and there's more pictures to this too. I just grabbed two. They turn around and go off the other direction.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how chimps and gorillas and other primates react to trail cams that they come across out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you can definitely see it on that photo. That's
He
frightening.
sees that one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just thought I'd share that with you guys because I thought it was quite interesting. I think I did put the article in the description. I think I did. I think. Okay, I put this back in here again because I don't know how many times I have been seeing this. Is this the Upper Peninsula photo? I don't remember what the name they gave this one. It's another, feeder, the Bigfoot, at the feeder thing, but it's just a bear. It's just a bear, folks. Okay, it's just a bear. And the coloring is different because I couldn't find the matching ones, so they're from two different websites. So but this is just a bear. It's a bear. And it doesn't even have mange, John. It's just a skinny bear. Our bears in Arizona are very, very skinny. They're kind of scrawny. So I put that there for you guys to have it, so I could document it. That I tell you guys that's just a bear. And here is another one. Let me move my stuff out of the way. This was listed as turkey, boar, or Bigfoot squatting down for a poo. So this came out of it came with an article, actually, so I'm going to read that. After a group of Southwest Louisiana hunters posted a photo captured from a motion-sensitive camera they'd left in a remote woodland, some Bigfoot enthusiasts are sure it's more evidence of the elusive forest creature. Not everyone's sure, though. One Bigfoot enthusiast pointed out it's got fuzzy outline around the whole critter, and the lighting on it doesn't seem to match where it's sitting. In fact, the angle of the light hitting it should be causing a longer shadow on its far side. Some of its fur is also blurry, like someone used Photoshop smudge tool on it to obscure details. This would explain the outline around it. It's half-decent Photoshop pic. Probably a bear altered and slapped over the deer that triggered the trail camera. So, what do you guys think?
That's clearly a dog man. We need to get Joseph on this one.
Oh, gosh. Bat Mom says, I need glasses.
Yeah, me too. Try looking on at a screen like it's like this big right here,
Oh gosh, when you gotta set up your whole thing there, buddy?
This phone's just so convenient. I've never actually used a computer for StreamYard. I've always used my phone.
I know. Yeah, I know. So anyway, that's I thought it was hilarious.
There's no definition to it. There's no arms. There's no legs. There's no nothing.
No head. I don't see a head.
No
on
head.
there
Yeah.
either.
It's mid cloak.
Mid cloak. Oh my gosh. What slide is that? Okay. Let's move on. So it is Bigfoot in the news time. So this is bringing Bigfoot back to Baker City. Out of the Baker City Herald says that Bigfoot is returning to Baker City. Well, versions of the hairy cryptid will make appearances in the Geyser Pond Park August 12th for one of the day Blue Mountain Bigfoot Fest. Based on our last experience, we had a great time at Geyser Pond Park, said Hannah. She and her husband, Scott Violette, founder of the Squatch America Research Organization, put on their first festival in the park in July of 2019. And after a pandemic hiatus, the event celebrating the Northwest's famous undocumented animal returns with guest speaker Todd Neese and Michael Freeman. During the planning meeting, we don't need to know about that planning meeting.
No, I like stuff like this. Good festivals, bring people together.
Yeah.
It's good family atmosphere and celebrates the subject.
Yeah.
What else?
I agree.
Of course, Michael Freeman is the author of the book Freeman Bigfoot Files. And let's see, August 11th will feature a private VIP dinner with special guest speaker for a question and answer session. The Violettes are looking for vendors, sponsors, and those who are interested in having a booth. Vendors and sponsors can register at squatchamerica.square.site. So there you go. Baker City.
Yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. It's weird that there's very little events here in Washington for Bigfoot, especially up near the Seattle area. None. They're literally
Really
far away.
I'm surprised.
Like 2.5 hours away. I know, me too. It's like, what is going on?
Well, there's your
Figure.
calling, Brent.
Yeah, probably not. Pass on that.
Big
I try to get other
pass.
people to do it. I try to get other people to. I'm like, yeah, man, you should do that.
You should do it,
Yeah.
not me. Not
Yeah.
me. I don't take on anymore. So let's see what we got next. It's hard right now because so many events are going on. That's all that's posted in the news about Bigfoot is all the upcoming events. So this is Bigfoot Crossroads of America out of Hastings, Nebraska. Says the museum started by a curious collector is now a place for believers and skeptics alike. The forest-dwelling cryptid is often just caught in glimpses and with footprints and blurred images. The creature may be hard to catch, but information about Bigfoot is abundant if you know where to look. Those wanting to expand the cryptozoological knowledge can find what they're looking for in Hastings, Nebraska, home of the Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum. I didn't even know they had one in Nebraska. Do they have trees in Nebraska?
Yeah. And the curator is a bit of she's a bit eccentric. She said a torn up American flag was done by Bigfoot.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Oh, the museum is a brainchild of Harriet McFeely. That's who that is. The Bigfoot lady, a Bigfoot resident a local resident who has spent her life following the trail of the legendary cryptid. She first became entranced with the creature when she was 8. Her father was watching a news story on Edmund Hillary Jackson ascent to Mount Everest, and there in the footage was a footprint. I was hypnotized, she said. So she's traveled around the world. The museum is located on her property. What else? A tattered flag brought to McFeely's Museum in 2020 is one of the more peculiar pieces of evidence. At first glance, the flag just looked torn, but on closer inspection, it was simply ripped up. It was braided. The three large braids, single strands of fabric. Jim Dario, the flag's owner, told News Channel Nebraska.
Guess we could thank Baron Kubo for that one, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
McFeely knows that not everyone shares her beliefs in these creatures, and that's okay with her. People think I'm crazy, McFeely said. There
She
you
seems
go.
like a sweet, nice older lady, and it's great she's doing this. It's
Yeah.
brings her a lot of joy and happiness, so it's great.
Yeah. Everybody loves this topic in a different way, and
They do.
I'm for it either way. It's all good. It's all good. Last one for the news. Bigfoot's trail in Virginia. Bigfoot has been spotted in Virginia 86 times going back to the 1970s, according to sightings report of the BFRO. Why does that matter? We're just over a month away from the annual Virginia Bigfoot Conference, which takes place in June in Weyers Cave.
Is that
And
Daniel's
that
thing?
would be Daniel Benoit's Bigfoot Conference.
Yeah.
So he got a little, I forgot to tell him, I found an article about it. It doesn't have his name in it at all. He's going to be mad. It doesn't have his name in it at all.
He's gonna be pissed.
It's very, very short though, and that's about all it said in regards to that. But I put it up here just so I could give him some grief. Oh boy. Okay, so be on the lookout. Everybody, Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group, the Bigfoot Atheist Inquiry, Joe, our friend Joe Snyder, had a moment and deleted his channel by accident. So please, everybody who's out there and hearing this, go back and help Joe out and subscribe to his channel. I've got his link down into the description, and I'm also going to drop it right here if it works. Let me see if it works. Yes, it did work. There is Joe's. It didn't say Joe on there, but the link I just dropped in the chat was for Joe's new channel. So please help a brother out. What? Joe got handsed with his computer? It was just a little accident. He's good. Just go subscribe, everybody. Thank you very much. Oops. Now I can't.
I was his 7th subscriber, everybody. Bam.
Were you really?
I was,
I think I was like 9th or 10th.
I listened to his first show. I was working, so I didn't get to participate, but I listened in.
You listened in. Yeah, I had to listen afterwards too. So Hairyman Movie Night, another big success. We had a great turnout. We watched Ivan Marks, The Legend of Bigfoot. It was fun. It's fun. You guys are hilarious in the chat. We are going to do it again this coming Friday. And this time I am going to invite 2 or 3 people to join me in the seats to watch the next show. But we're going to pick the next show live right now. This was a suggestion by Grasshopper. There we go. Okay. I put a bunch of names into, let me go so I can read them. So these are our selections for this coming week. Snow Beast, The Ape Man, Night of the Comet, Legend of Boggy Creek, Sasquatch, The Legend of Bigfoot, Encounters Episode 7, Bigfoot. The Hypnotic Eye, Episode 10. She Beast, Abbott and Costello meets the werewolf. Creature of the Black Lagoon, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Night of the Living Dead, Snow Creature, a double feature called Snow Creature and the Phantom Planet, The Beast from the Haunted Cave, double feature Jesse James meets Frankenstein and Billy the Kid versus Dracula, and the last one, The Killer Shrew and the Giant Gila Monster, another double feature. So those are our choices. And I'm going to spin and then we'll see what we land on. And that's what we're going to be watching this coming Friday. So that's 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time right on my channel. So you guys ready? Let's spin this sucker.
That's
there
funny.
we
I just watched Night of the Comet the other night.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's classic. I love it.
Looks like we're watching the Ape Man.
Ooh. What year is
and
that?
I have no clue because I didn't write down any of the information for it. I don't even know how long it is. Now, if this movie is only, is a short one, I'll pick one and add it so that we can at least get an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours for the night. So, but that's what we're going to watch. We are going to watch the Ape Man. We'll close that out and we'll just keep this running. As I find good shows, I'll keep adding them to the entries. And that's how we pick. Unless I feel like I really want to watch something. Because I always have the last say. So that's how that's going to work.
You got some good choices up there. So however it works, it'll work out, I think.
Yeah. I got to write that down just in case. Ape Man. Okay. So that's what we're watching. So if you guys don't like that, blame Grasshopper.
Nah, it'll be a good one. It'll be a good one. I'll try and make it.
Have you watched the Ape Man, Henry?
I don't know. Probably have.
I don't think I have for sure.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. One more reminder. The Mount St. Helens Sasquatch Shindig's coming up July 26th to the 30th. Start making your plans, folks, if you're going to attend. It's a dry camping situation between the U.S. and Canada on the side of Mount St. Helens for fellowship and food. We hope as many of you can make it and come meet up around the campfire. Do a little chit-chatting. So let me know. Got to start getting the names organized on who's going to go and be there so we can figure out how many people are going to attend. I will be there with bells on. Jay Birch will strangle me if I don't come now at this point. But no, my plane tickets are purchased. I will be there. So everybody's invited. Also, don't forget, I am doing custom orders for wood burns now. You can find that at buymeacoffee.com under extra section. And then there's a commission section if you want something special done. So one thing I wanted to let you guys know is that if you're my friend and you're here on this channel and you know me, we've spent time talking, and you want something, just let me know and I'll work out a price that'll fit your budget. Okay. I am pricing them, but I'm going to work with my friends. So just let me know. All right. And we'll work something out. Also, where is it? I have started another one to put up. I just started this one with my new burners, and they're awesome. My new burners are
Nice.
awesome. This one is gonna come out, I think, pretty good once I get going on it, because I can do way better detail with the new burner.
That's
I can
awesome.
put hair. It really looks like, So anyway, so this one will go up too. This one is not going to be as expensive as the head one I did. Different wood, and the time's probably the same amount of time it's going to take me to complete this one. But I think this one's going to go a lot less. So
Nice.
And don't forget, no sugarcoating. Just ask tough questions, okay? You have to ask those tough questions. Don't be afraid to ask what, if something's real or not. Remember to always look for those red flags. Don't take everything that everybody says that, hey, this is a Bigfoot. Just ask questions. We're coming to the end, folks. You have anything else going on, Henry?
Not really, no. Just still doing HBM's Crypto Corner every week. Although I'll be switching to every other week pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. What days does that fall on? Go ahead and let everybody know.
It's on.
Oh,
Hey.
I missed the whole thing. Did you hear it? One more time. Say it one more time.
That's every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Do you do live shows or is it pre-taped?
Pre-taped.
Pre-taped? Okay. So there you go. You can find Henry under Henry May on YouTube, and you can find his HBMS content. Any questions for Henry out there? Let's see what we got. Thank you, Joe. Good, Sandra. Ask Henry to what? Ask Henry to ridicule the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization.
Those guys, I swear, they either promote hoaxes or they are hoaxers. I can't tell which.
I think it's both.
They've gotten, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Well, yeah, that just goes. I mean, they sold out essentially. Anything for the clicks to get revenue.
Yeah,
Sucks.
it's all about the money now for them.
Because you can't consider them a reliable source now because they're compromised.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure. Listen, Henry tells it how it is. Don't get fooled. He was a little quiet tonight, but I can remember him putting out a thing questioning why Dr. Meldrum had anything to deal with Todd Standing. I can remember that went all over the internet that day because you were like, why are you associated with him? For sure.
And now we see why.
Organization.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate with killing RMSO, spreading bad information, wrong information, and all for personal gain. Those people suck.
Oh, you know what? I did have a question about the PNG stuff real quick. What's the whole deal with the diary? Was there really a Patterson diary?
No, I don't believe there was.
No. So Evan Jensen supposedly said that he knew somebody who had Patterson's diary, and in that diary, it had proof that the film was not real. But I never heard anything about the diary after that came out. I forgot about that. So it just kind of
You'd
That
figure
was quite a while back.
right. It was a while back. It was a long time ago.
well, you think that if they had that sort of information that they would share it. You'd think that's what
I don't
people
know.
do. Sell it on eBay.
Sell, yeah, they could. You know, they would get a lot of people to actually bid some high money on that too.
Whatever happened with the selling of that PG film from late last year? Did that ever happen? Remember they were saying that it's the actual original or suspected to be the original? Not the John Johnson one, but it's an older guy. I can't remember his name. Guys don't know. It's
I don't know that one. I don't know about the selling of any of the.
I
All I
don't
know is about there's always something coming up. You know,
Only one
like
the only one I heard about was the John Johnson one.
this one here, it's another guy. I cannot remember what his name is, but he's there talking about it. He's an older guy, and you know, he's there talking about it. I guess he has it. I think it's like I don't know. It just like vanished. The whole story just vanished. I don't know if somebody eventually bought it or what.
well, why didn't they do anything with it though? So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it doesn't
somebody in
make
chat knows. It was a big thing about it in the coalition when it came out.
The Beckford film.
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? So it's or then it's going to be the closest thing to the original. I think it is. Like the first copy, first gen
That's what
copy.
it says. First
there you
gen
go.
cop. So when is that coming out, or what? What's the deal
I don't
with
know. That's what I was asking on if
Oh.
people found out if it was sold or not, because I believe that the picture that individual used for that 2023 Patty face enhancement came from that film or something
Yeah.
like that.
Something like that. Yeah, we need to see that to see if there's any difference from what's the big difference, you know, from that ones we've seen.
You know what's really frustrating? So they have this piece of history and they, you know, instead of trying to preserve it or anything, they just want to kind of sell it off and, you know, make money from it or whatever, you know, and who knows where it's going to end up with that after that. So it's like, man, why don't you just like, it's history, it's preserve it. Why don't you just donate it to the archives and just have it scanned and then returned to you so we can have a preserved copy? I'm so sick of all these people trying to monetize this subject in a way that's like, it's disservice to the subject itself because there's so much information that we don't have access to because people are sitting on it because they want to monetize it. Sucks.
Right. People have offered to buy it. Too much money.
Yeah, I think it's in the thousands of dollars.
They're asking too much for it, or
yeah, I think it's in the tens of thousands of what the asking price is.
Doug Highcheck, go buy it.
That's what I said. I'm like, Doug, there you go, man. There you go.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many things out there right now. So we'll just have to see. I mean, we've already gone 50 years. Think we'll go another. Well, unfortunately, maybe, you know, when Gimlin passes, we'll see if anything changes.
Yeah, I wouldn't put much.
You don't think so? I do.
You do? Nah,
I do.
That's what this subject is filled with, is these red herrings.
Yeah.
Literally red herrings first to go follow. And it's literally littered with that. And I think it's just, I don't, you know, just knowing Bob and his character, the integrity he values for himself, I don't see why he would ever allow that. My opinion. But Tristan was hanging out with Mr. Bob Gimlin this last weekend. Yeah,
I saw the pictures. I just saw the pictures.
Yeah. So that was pretty awesome. Tristan hanging out with Bob
happy.
Gimlin doing some Bigfooting. That's awesome, man.
Wow.
And Bob looks good too. Damn, he looks good. Him and William Shatner. It's like, Jesus Christ, what are they doing?
Henry, how old is Bob Gimlin?
It's like 92, isn't he?
He'll be 92 this year.
This year? Oh.
Yep.
And he looks good, man. He's out there. He's out bumping lake. It's like, damn, dude. That's how it's
That
done.
looks awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess they had a
that's
lot
a
of,
once in a lifetime thing now. You know, that if you get to do that, you have to do it.
yeah, no, it's a cool experience. I think Tristan had the opportunity before too as well, but this last time, yeah, it was cool. I bet you it was a lot of fun. Bumping Lake's a good area. I like it. Last time I
How
talked to him, he was still
far?
going through
That's all
the
the way on.
audio.
That's like way far from where we're gonna be, right?
Yeah, way
Yeah.
far. It's like, yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really far. That's another trip. I don't know how many trips I can afford, guys.
Yeah, no, Bumping Lake's great. The best time to go is when it's not busy as far as, the recreational people.
Because it's a pretty busy area, right? I mean,
Yeah,
normally. So,
only one part of the lake is because the road sucks. Like, God damn, the road sucks. And so a lot of it's impassable. And so people just stay by the one side entry part of the lake. But the rest is like untapped pretty much. A lot of potential there.
oh,
But yeah, it was cool
Well,
to see
that's-
Tristan and Bob out there doing what we need to do.
definitely. I look forward to seeing videos of that. Hopefully,
I was giving a thumbs up to Bigfoot Atheist Inquiry for subbing my channel.
Oh,
Appreciate
good. I'm glad. I hope you guys do that. We need to help each other out. Thank you, Henry, for coming and sitting with us and chatting a little bit about the subject. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And
I
Brent,
enjoyed it too. Yeah.
Your internet's a lot better now.
I know we're getting off, and now I can hear them fine. Yeah, but you can't help that. Technical stuff happens. You just can't help it. So, but everybody, what's that? I stepped on what he was saying.
I jinxed it.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, it's okay.
My bad.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. You guys, happy Mother's Day to all my gals out there. Love ya, love ya. Please don't forget to hit that like button for me, please. And share it around. Let people know. Monday night, the Ape Man cometh. So
you mean Friday night?
Friday night. What'd I say?
Monday?
Oh, yeah, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night.
Friday night.
So bye, everybody.
See
you on the next chat. Roll it.